What's up, my people? YouTube says I'm live right now, so apparently I'm live right now. This is your boy Jay Watson, Uber G Z in the building. Now I'm gonna take a wild guess, and I'm gonna say my man Wes is gonna hit me up first. I don't know. Hey, he's always on it, man. Every time Wes he like first, he's quick as hell. So let me see who's gonna jump in the live first today. Lisa's usually second. But anyway, it's what almost 6 o'clock. So people are probably out there making money right now. I know people are probably just getting through traffic and everything else. Hey, beautiful Blossom first. Hey, Wes, somebody just took your spot. Oh, Ryan, she beat you, man. She was right there. Beautiful Blossom got you, man, by like a millisecond. Ryan's always second. It's something about you coming in second, Ryan, every time, man. Jose, what's good, brother? What's good? Beautiful Blossom came in. She like barely squeaked in. She was like, hi. You was like, first, too late, gotcha. Ryan's like, God damn it. Second again. That's your spot, man. You just got to walk around with a big ass two on your shit, man. Just put a two on your shirt. Be like, I'm always behind you. I got your back. I got your back. Whoever's first, I got your back. Ryan, you wild, man. You wild. Yeah, but hey, I was gonna get out and drive today, but I've been doing some work on the car, or whatever. What I got my new front spoiler came in today, so I'm gonna get out there tonight when it cools off and put that. I'm gonna take the old one off, put the new one on. I'm still waiting on the tires to show up. I did all my oil and everything and all that stuff, so everything's good. I've detailed it. It's ready to rock and roll. I think this weekend ASU has a really good game coming up. I think they're actually playing against Colorado. I'm not sure, but man, I got to get out this weekend. I got to make money. Yeah, I hope everybody's out there making some good money. Blossom, beautiful Blossom. I hope people out there making money today, whether you're doing delivery, rideshare, or something like that. I mean, the season's full swing. A lot of people are happy. Football's back. The spirits are up. People are out spending money and just living life again. We're living life again. The summer is over, so it feels real good. I mean, every time I go to the store, I'm cruising around just to see people with, charcoal in the cart, tons of, bags of chips. And they've got, one guy, he had nothing but just bottled waters and cases of water stacked up. And I was just like, oh, sheesh. People are getting ready for the weekends, man. They're getting ready for these games. People are out spending money right now. El Duado, what's good? Gilbert in the spot. Hey, Gilbert is just south of me. I'm over in like the Tempe, South Phoenix area. So Gilbert's right down to 60. I usually work Gilbert Saturday nights. I was there a couple of weekends ago, and I was banging out some Lux rides. It was pretty good, man. Gilbert, not a lot of drivers go down there because the rides get kind of sporadic, because you can end up way, way out down where the 202 is wrapping around, way out by Williams Field or something like that. Oh, you about to drive? Yeah, I've been signed up with GoPuff for a while, man. I haven't done it yet. So it's like, hey, get out there and get it, man. GoPuff is different because you got to hit up those warehouses to get their orders. Then you bounce out from there. But beautiful Blossom says we had a strike in Louisiana yesterday. Didn't change anything. I wasn't. She said, forget that. Hey, I tell people, man, these strikes and these protests and everything like that, we support them because we tell people if they do well, we do well. But we're still going to be out there driving, and we're going to try to do the best we can do with declining trash rides to make these apps see that we're worth money. So we're fighting a two-headed dragon right now. So we got a lot of people out there actually, striking like a traditional strike with the signs and getting awareness of it and everything like that. Then you got us. We're coming through, actually working the apps. We're the drivers on the apps, not allowing them to play us like suckers. So we're on there declining rides, canceling, doing what we can do to keep, that double-headed dragon beat up. So, we support the strikes. Even if we don't do it, we at least, we know you guys are doing it for the betterment of all of us. And the way we do rideshare, we're doing it for the betterment of all of us too. So we just got to keep fighting this two-headed dragon in any way we can. But what's up, Bigfoot Dasher? My man, he's in the house. What Flex say? Yo, Jeff, what it do? You always jump on when I'm ready to head out. Frustrated night last night with these ragged ass subs in Fort Lauderdale. Hey, my son's down at Port St. Lucie. I'm going to tell him, man. I'm going to tell him hit you up for a ride. Shit. Man. Hey, but hey, even if you ride and you don't have nobody in the car, you can always like kind of throw it on real quick. But somebody get in the car, you got to check them first. Be like, hey, you like Richard Pryor by any chance? Oh, Richard Pryor's my man. Oh, well, fuck that. We gonna play my boy Jeff then. Because Richard Pryor be getting it in. He be cussing like he's worse than Dave Chappelle. Richard Pryor be getting it in. He have you like, oh, he talk about crack and everything, smoking weed. Man, Richard Pryor don't care. He's funny as shit. So you got to check with your customers first. Make sure, hey, you like Richard Pryor? You cool with like Eddie Murphy and all them? Oh, yeah, I'm cool with them. All right, bet. You listen to rap? Yeah, I listen to rap. Cool. I'm listening to my boy Jeff real quick. No, I like, listen to Barry Manilow. I go to sleep with some Chardonnay and Barry Manilow. Yeah, you probably don't want to fuck with this channel then. This is not for you. This ain't no Barry Manilow shit around here. We ain't playing no motherfucking Kenny G saxophones and shit up in here. Nah, you probably gonna have a heart attack in the back seat. Motherfucker Flex be like, Jeff, man, I had to reroute this shit over to Banner Hospital, man. She heard you cussing and going the fuck off. She collapsed in my car. I'm like, dude, make sure she tip you for dropping her off at the hospital. The ER, goddammit. Need some epinephrine. Motherfucker, listen to Jeff again on YouTube. Lady passed the fuck out. This is maybe exactly. Maybe you get a tip for that shit. Thank you for taking me to the hospital. I appreciate it. Here's a $50 tip. See, I'm helping drivers out. I'm sending you motherfuckers to the hospital and y'all getting money out of that shit. This is what we do. We help each other out. Like, Jeff, man, you done sent like four senior citizens to the hospital last week. I got an extra $250 off that shit. Keep up the good work, brother. It's like, shit, motherfuckers checking on their grandma. Grandma, don't take Uber today. That dude finna do another podcast. I'll just come pick you up. Man. Uh-oh, it's some distortion with the mic. Like, how bad is it? I can't hear it in mine. It sounds pretty clear in mine. Is it jumping up and down or something like that? Is it not clear? Oh, hold up for a second. What up, King James? What's up, my man? Yeah. Well, it looks like it's okay over here. I don't get it. Yeah, I can't hear distortion in my end. Yeah, I can't hear it on my end if it's distortion or something like that, because it comes out clear on mine. So if it was distorted, I wouldn't know. Yeah, what up, Jace? What up? Yeah, I don't know, Flex. It might be some, like, it could just be like the mic on yours is turned up or the volume's turned up. I could be clipping or something like that. I don't know, man. But he says, I'm going to San Diego to work a little bit. Hey, Wes is going to San Diego. What? Hey, go out there and get it, brother. Go get it. Go hit up Coronado Island, man. That's where all the millionaires live out there. You be like, man, I got a $25 tip for delivering 2 hot dogs to these kids, because they just throw money at you on Coronado Island. They love when you go over there, man. You be over there all damn day making bank. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, it could be the mic on your end, Flex. It could be something on my end. I wouldn't know, but it sounds like if everybody says it's okay, it might be okay. I'll know once I like close this shit out and listen back to it. I'll be like, oh man, it's kind of distorted. But I can't hear it right now because it sounds fine in my headset. But yeah, oh man, that video I put out yesterday, man, people are just, I'm looking all over like YouTube and different places like that, man. People are really not understanding what we mean with this whole thing about women choosing women drivers. Like, a lot of us don't have a problem with it. We don't. We're looking for a way that we can also do the same thing as men. Like, hey, if this is gonna be an equal country, let me choose my own rider and my own driver too. Shit, let's let everybody have that option. And a lot of drivers out there are seeing the narrative being sold. They see it. Nobody's really stupid. We're kind of following what's going on in society. So it's like, oh shit, Steve is in the building. But we're kind of seeing what's following in society right now. They're doing a whole bunch of selling us, the way that they want us to think, which is kind of like, he's a Tinder rideshare, not my type. Swipe left, swipe right. Exactly. But it's like they want us to all kind of be divided in thought. Because if we're divisive in thought, like when I go to Walmart, I don't go to Walmart thinking, well, I want to get a male cashier or a female cashier, or I want a male to help me or female. I don't think that. I just go in and get my products and I leave. Everybody in Walmart's doing the same thing. We all shopping. But rideshare is playing this mind game with people right now. They're making it think that it has to be something with either males or females. They're throwing games at people all the time. And it ain't got to be like that. It's a ride. It's been a ride. It's been working for how long now? And it works for most of us. Like I said, I don't know if Lyft and Uber's got some behind the scenes shit going on with lawsuits and everything. They ain't telling nobody, like probably trying to keep it from investors and stuff. But if I want to go somewhere, I just say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just get me an Uber. I don't go, oh, I want to get an Uber. Let me make sure it's not a man, though. I'm like, when you start going to that degree of just going through life every day, making sure it's not a man, or if it is a man, if it's a woman, if it's a heterosexual, if it's the same sex as a bi. I mean, you starting to dig into the psyche of just life in general. It gets stupid. It gets real stupid. because I'm used to going to a restaurant, getting a waiter, getting a waitress. I don't ask what they identify as. I don't care. It's like, I'm just here to like eat whatever. You got a menu? Can you bring us some rolls out? You know, bring me something to drink. That's what I am. What up, kid? Exactly. It's woke crap. So it doesn't make a difference to me who's serving me. I don't care. It's like, as long as they come up with a smile, a good service, they're like, hey, you guys good on drinks? Good on drinks. Hey, can I get you any desserts or something? I don't say, well, what do you identify as first? Before you start serving me, what do you identify as? That shit, I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. So how you gonna just use rideshare and be like, well, I want to make sure, what does this driver identify as first? Before he comes pick me up, what's his identity? Does he identify as a woman, a non-binary? What is it? I'm like, this shit is stupid. Identifies Bigfoot, real shit. Motherfucker be like, I saw Bigfoot yesterday. It was on his driver's license, motherfucker. Exactly. Who hurt these people? It's nuts. So it's like, why are we trying to divide people mentally and to push this narrative mentally to make people think certain people are dangerous, certain people are acceptable, certain people are not acceptable? I mean, we just went through a whole 2 years of if you don't wear a mask, you can't come in the building, you're not acceptable. I mean, weird shit like that. And people be like, oh, you're a dangerous person because you're walking around with no mask on. You're dangerous. And it's like, motherfucker, you don't even know my health. I've already had it already. I'm good. I got the antibodies. I'm good. But you still should wear it. You're a dangerous person. They always pushing the narrative, always pushing the narrative. And they start digging into people as we're just out trying to make money. We're just a bunch of rideshare drivers trying to make money. That's all we're trying to do. Get some money, go home, feed our family. We're not into the bullshit. We're not playing the games with people. Well, what do you identify as? Well, I don't want to pick you up because, I identify as a gay lady or a gay guy. I only want to pick up gay ladies or gay guys. I don't want to pick up no heterosexual male because I might not feel comfortable. This is planet Earth. This is planet Earth right now. You're going to run into a lot of different people from a lot of different backgrounds. When you start being so fickle and so minute about, well, what did I identify as? You're not going to make it that far on this fucking planet. You're just not. Because you're pigeonholing yourself away from either amazing conversation, maybe a good tip, maybe a good person in general, maybe somebody who's in the field of work that you're trying to get into. It could be, that person could be a treasure of knowledge for you, but because of what do you identify as first before I go with, it's bullshit. It's playing people. They're playing with people's minds. That's all it is. Because when you go to the dentist, I don't be like, well, what does my dentist identify as first before I go? What does the receptionist at the dentist identify as? What does these doctors identify as? It's like nobody gives a shit. Just live your life, enjoy your day. Wake up, make you some breakfast, go cruise for a while, eat, and pick people up, make money, drop people off, come home, hang out with your dogs. But all this shit that these corporations are feeding people, feeding us, and they're doing this digital shit, making us sign in as digital identities. Well, this is Jeff, but he identifies as, and it's like playing video games with people's real life. When somebody can probably get a ride from this person right around the corner right here, but because the identity doesn't match somebody who they said they would rather be matched with this identity, but this person around the corner could clearly, oh, we're going to search first for the identity that you're looking for. But the kicker is it's not just for men, though. I mean, it's only for women. It's not for everybody. If it was for everybody, then I could say, okay, they're trying to do something with some sense of equality. But the fact that it's only women are allowed to do it or non-binaries, it's a narrative they're pushing that heterosexual men are dangerous people on this planet, and we've got to find a way to work around them. We've got to kind of work them out of the equation. That way, everybody feels safer. Society has run a lot better because we're only dealing with as many women as we can deal with, or as many of the LGBTQs as we can deal with. We're working heterosexual males out of the equation. And that's the shit right there. It's kind of like they want to divide us so bad. Because at first, it was natural women and transgender women were fighting each other. They were always fighting each other because of what it was. And all of a sudden, they got them teamed up against heterosexual men. Hey, let's beat up on heterosexual men for a while. This is what we can do. And we sit around not realizing what's going on. We sit around and we're not seeing the games being played, that we're all people. The person next door to you is just somebody who you just saw at the nursery picking up some palm trees. You helped load them into the car, and now you got them loaded into the car. They back in the house, putting them in the ground or whatever this and that. You're like, hey, how you doing this? You never once asked that person, hey, what do you identify as? You never gave a shit. That's your neighbor. Who gives a shit what they identify as? It's like nobody care, but these corporations want to make you so bad. They want to make you care about shit like that so bad. They feed it to you in everything you do. And now it's trickling into our places of employment. You cannot even use that. They got what? Somebody told me like Title 5 or Title 6 or 7, whatever. If you were an employee at a store and somebody came into the store and you stopped and said, excuse me, sir, before you come in, what do you identify as? You be fired on the fucking spot. Just for asking that person, you be fired on the spot. They be like, what is it? Well, because today, we don't have a lot of heterosexuals in the store. And we've got mainly we got a lot of women in the store, a lot of non-binaries in the store. So we're trying to keep heterosexual men out of the store until 6 o'clock. They'd be like, what the fuck are you talking about? But that's what rideshare is doing right now. That's some shit Lyft and Uber trying to pull on us. We ain't never seen that shit happen in no company before. Hey, man, I'm going to Quick Trip. Give me one of them old crusty dust ass. No, you can't. They only got a gay dude at the counter. Wait until a heterosexual male is the cashier. Then, because right now they're keeping all heterosexual men out of there. They only want women and non-binaries in the store right now because they don't feel safe with you walking in there, Jeff. You got to go set the gas pump and wait. This motherfucking squeegee dude is out there like, I'm not gay. A motherfucker, you still ain't cleaning my window with that nasty fucking thing. Fuck that. Care less what you identify as. You're not cleaning my window. It's like, oh, fucking rotten shit. But it's like, we're sitting here playing this game with these people, and we're letting these people play this game because we're not standing up for true equality in this country. True equality in this country is you walk up, you shake my hand, you serve food, I serve you. You buy a ticket to get in. You can come to a car lot, you buy a car. You can go to the store, buy a pair of pants. Ain't nobody asking nobody shit. But because we know that racism, like seeing somebody's skin color and trying to judge them based on skin color, gets so much flack everywhere we go. It gets so much flack. They changed it now. It's not skin color now. It's sexuality now. It's gender now. They swapped it up. Well, we can't do it based on race. People are going to get mad. Well, what do we do at? Let's say identity. Let's start messing with people's identity now. That's the new criteria. Race is out the window. Identity is new. So it's like, yeah, Bigfoot said 2 days ago, I said, thank you, sir. And he hit me with identify as a woman. I was like, what the fuck? Speechless. Jason said, yep. Hey, used to work for Verizon Wireless. HR is very serious about that. You can't ask people shit like that, man. You can't ask people that shit. And I tell people, when I speak to people, if a woman walks up or a man walks up and I say, how you doing, my man? And he goes, identify as a woman. I said, that's cool. I say, motherfucker, I didn't know if you spoke English or not either, but I started speaking to you in fucking English because I assumed you spoke fucking English. We're in America. If you in China, I would assume you could speak fucking Chinese. And I would have probably said, motherfucker. I would have said something. But don't be mad at me because I assumed you spoke English walking down the street where English people fucking walk. Don't be mad at me because I assumed you were a man because you look like a dude with a fucking beard and shit. You look like a dude, so I'm going to assume you a dude. If you not, just say you not. Say, dude, I identify as a woman. Okay, cool. Sorry about that. And we move the fuck on. But no, these motherfuckers, if you misidentify me, that's a crime. Well, I spoke to you in fucking English and I never asked you if you spoke English or not. Could that be a crime next? He just started speaking to me. I walked up and he said, hi. Motherfucker never said konnichiwa. Motherfucker never said hola. He said, hi. How would you assume that I spoke English? You're racist. Motherfucker, what? He said, you've been on Tinder. You have a field day. Man, real shit. Real shit. So I get sick of people saying that we can't assume what we're looking at is being what it is. If I see a woman sitting there, I'm going to say, hey, ma'am, how you doing? I identify as a man. Okay, cool. I'm sorry about that. All right, you identify as a man. It ain't, I identify as a man. I think you need to be fired. I think you should go to jail. This is a crime. I can't believe you just sat here and called me a woman. I'm calling you what I see. If that's not what it is, just let me know that's not what it is. Then I'll say, okay, cool. I'll respect that. Knock yourself out. But they got laws right now where people, if you misgender somebody, all of a sudden it's a crime now. But if you calling somebody you're not walking up asking nobody what their identity is. Walk up, excuse me, do you speak English? Motherfucker, this Tyrone. You know I speak English, motherfucker. I've been speaking English to women in kindergarten, Jeff. Get the fuck away from me. But I just had to, man, I can't assume you still speak English, Tyrone. My bad, dog. My bad. I can't assume you still a man either, motherfucker. I gotta ask you identify as a man, Tyrone? I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face. Okay, you a man then. You speak English too, I can tell. It's like, you can't just walk up and play these fucking mind games with people all day. If I walk up and say, hey, what's up, dude? Be like, hey, how you doing? I'm not offending you because I said, what's up, dude? For one, I thought you spoke English, so I said, what's up, dude? For two, I thought you was a guy because you sitting with a beard and a fucking mustache. Is like, but people get mad at shit like that. It's like the most basic shit we're getting mad at. What up, Glitch Dash? It's the most basic shit we're allowing these people to mentally fuck with us on, and we're getting mad at it. And we're allowing them to work us up and make each other fight each other. Did you let him misgender you? Like, well, I look like a guy. Doesn't make a difference. Well, I'm dressed like a guy. I look like a guy. He thought I was a guy. Doesn't make a difference. You have a case against him. You should sue him. They do that shit. They're fucking with people. They're making people fight each other. People even on social media and shit. People be doing shit. Somebody say, hey, what's up, man? This and that. And they'll be videotaping and shit. Or I'm a female. I identify as a female. And it's like people be all in the chat and the comments and shit, arguing and fighting with. Well, he should have walked up and asked her what she identified as. Well, what fucking language was he supposed to ask? I mean, are you assuming this motherfucker speaks the language he speaks? Because you ain't going that far with the shit. Are you even assuming this motherfucker got eyesight? I know blind motherfuckers who eyes wide open. They be like, can't see a motherfucking thing. Blind as a motherfucker. Be like, I could walk up like, hey, dog, you see that shit? I just assume this motherfucker can see because his eyes is wide open. He'd be like, dog, I'm blind. Get a goddamn stick out and start hitting shit and everything else. I'm like, dog, I didn't know you was blind. I saw your eyes was open, dog. My bad. Motherfucker, if you blind, I'm gonna know you blind because you got a walking dog and a stick and you tapping shit. That's gonna tell me from observation you blind. Because what of me with perfect sight? I got a goddamn walking stick and I'm just around tapping shit and hitting shit. And somebody go, oh man, that dude blind as a motherfucker. I go, no, I'm not blind. I just like using this tapping stick. I like tapping shit, dog. I'm not really blind for real. But they didn't offend me. They just saying what they saw. They saw me over there with a fucking stick tapping on shit. They assumed I was blind, even though my eyes are wide the fuck open. People gonna always say what they see. That's the first thing we do. Sight and audio, the first two things that we deal with. Sometimes you can hear somebody's voice. You assume they're a man or a woman because you hear the voice. It might turn out to be a lady. Like, oh shit, that's a lady. She had a real deep voice. My bad. Or damn, that's a guy. Damn, he's got a high pitched voice. Damn. But it ain't offensive. Like, oh, you should go to jail because you will automatically assume that was a lady based on what you heard. It's an observation, motherfucker. That's all it is. It's an observation. And now we got rideshare digging into these basic everyday observations, fucking with everybody. And it's only pushing us closer and closer to the edge of where we ain't gonna even be able to deal with each other. Nobody's going to deal with nobody. A lot of days I'm like that any fucking ways. I mean, I'd rather hang with my dogs than hang with fucking people sometimes. I'm like, I'm done dealing with fucking people today. And that's just how shit is. You keep running into a few shitty people. What up, McQuish? Kilgore? Yeah, but sometimes you run into so many people and you go into stores and you go in all these places and it starts offending you. You start getting like, man, there's too many people in the store. People stopping their shopping baskets in the middle of the fucking aisle to look at their phone. Another person just running through the store, pushing their basket, hitting every fucking thing. Somebody else just walking around looking at their phone, not paying attention. You just get tired of dealing with people. So you say, you know what? I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to go home, relax for a while, watch some Netflix. I'll just, go out later. It's too many people out. And that's how I am about traffic, the same thing. I just I'm like, I'm not dealing with traffic right now. It's just too many people. I just start driving about 8 or 9 p.m. So I ain't got to deal with traffic. And that's what all of these little rules and all these little laws and all these little policies and the little narratives and shit they're pushing is making people just not want to deal with people. And we used to be working towards a more cohesive civilization. Everybody was trying to be more cohesive. Everybody's being, inclusive without being told to be fucking inclusive. We were doing shit back in the day. I remember when we was kids, man, we be rolling and running, out having fun, kicking and everything else. And you hanging with stray people, gay people, we used to call them tomboys. The girls be tomboys and shit. We didn't give a fuck. It's like, dude, this girl, she acts like a dude. She's cool as a motherfucker. She be rolling with us all the time. We still call her name. We say the word her. We call her a tomboy. But now if you say somebody's a tomboy, that's offensive. We grew up saying that shit. Don't call me a tomboy. Call me a man. Okay, you're a girl, but you act like a dude. We call you a tomboy. That's what it is. No, you can't call it tomboy is an offensive term. No, it's an identification term. That's the way we looked at it. But now they want to completely wipe that shit that's clean. And instead of saying, tomboy, you have to actually call this woman a flat out man, or else it's a crime. In some cities, it's a crime. Florida boy, my schedule tonight. Yeah, I'm not driving tonight, man. I might drive this weekend. Brought to you by Budweiser. Go woke, go broke. Real shit. TSG said, "What's up, Jack? Get your ass out in them streets, man. I'm trying to get out. They need to drop my tires off so I can be back out there." Man. He says, "Bro, you keep going, you're gonna be on a Bud Light can." Exactly. He'll put me on a fucking Bud Light can next. Like, God damn it, Jeff, what the fuck? But we grew up not identifying each other and not being, pitting each other across each other. I can't tell you how many guys I know grew up with a group of girls or a couple of girls in their group that they used to call tomboys. Used to catch snakes, frogs, and shit, do the same thing the boys do, wrestle, fight. And it was no problem. And they still called her a girl. They still said, "That's a girl. That's my homegirl right there." Still called her that. But now, because she acts more masculine than feminine, she has to identify as a man. And if you call her, "Well, that's my homegirl," actually, I'm your homeboy. Like, Teresa, quit fucking with me. I grew up with you. Well, now I identify as a man. Girl, you've been a tomboy our whole fucking life. I'm not a tomboy. I'm a man. Whatever, Teresa, whatever. And it's like, we grew up being so inclusive and so together and so cohesive. All this shit is forcing us to segregate people and to categorize people and get mad at the category that somebody didn't choose because you didn't put me in that category like you were supposed to. Teresa, I've been calling you a tomboy your whole life, girl. Get out of my face. I'm not a girl, Jeff. Stop it. Like, Teresa, come on. Quit tripping. And that's what they're doing to people. They're tearing up people, mentally fucking with us to make us think that it's bad to not follow a new rule that they set or a new policy that they set. These politicians and these corporations do not set our lives. We should be the ones. It's more of us than it is of them. But yet they're telling us how to fucking live. We should be telling them how to run their fucking corporation, and we won't patronize them. Brought to you by Bud Light, motherfucker. Bud Light tried that shit, and what happened? We are the people. We are more powerful than the bullshit. We can shut shit down real quick. But a lot of us play with the rules. We fuck with them. We be like, "Oh, yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. Just like with this Uber Lyft shit. A lot of guys were like, "Dude, you know what? I'm just going to check non-binary." I'm laughing. I'm like, "Me too. I'll do the same shit." And that lets you know that the whole setup is bullshit. Because if we could just go in and just choose non-binary, what can they say? Now the system is exactly what it used to be. It's no different. It never changed. Because everybody that used to be male now went into the system and chose non-binary. So now women gonna be up there like, "Well, I guess I'm gonna start choosing males because there's no males left on this app except women who classify as males now." What up, bro? What up? This is Love the Jacket. Cozy Live. That's actually one of my shirts, man. That's my shirt. That's my professional. That's professional with the 2 V's. That's my old school microphone. I had professional with 2 V's in that shit. These motherfuckers sent me that shit from fucking China, and I was like, man, they spell professional with 2 V's. No wonder that shit took so long to ship it. They had spell check issues in the fucking customs. Motherfuckers were like, "We don't have anything like this in America." Oh, this is some new shit. We sending it over anyways. And they sent it to me. It was my old microphone. The shit was all cracked up. Man. Doc said, "Woke up from my overnight shift to some facts." Hey, you know how we do. Hey, I tell motherfuckers when I came up with the phrase MicDrop podcast, I was telling motherfuckers this is gonna be some hard shit for motherfuckers to swallow. And this is not one of them fluffy ass podcasts where we're gonna be politically correct every day and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I told motherfuckers, you are in control of your device. If the shit I'm saying hurts your feelings, you are in control of your device. Scroll, motherfucker. You can keep going. Delete, unfollow, do whatever it fucking takes to make you feel better. Because I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Because it makes me feel better. And if I'm doing what I do, don't make you feel better, you don't gotta fucking be around me. It's easy to do that shit. And we need to start doing that more. Because we came up with cancel culture. People who didn't like you enjoying yourself, didn't like you enjoying what the fuck you were doing, and they just want to cancel you and shut you down so they feel fucking better. It wouldn't change you. Y'all tell motherfuckers, just because you shut somebody's channel down doesn't change that person. It just means you won't see it no more. But if the whole point is you not seeing it no more, just unsub and fucking scroll on. You just solve your problem. You didn't have to fight for 2 years to get a motherfucker canceled. Just do it instantly. Be like, bloop, I'm off this fucking channel. I can't take this shit. Because I've been doing that shit my whole life. Anything I don't like, I just don't do. I don't like super spicy food. I don't cancel super spicy fucking restaurants, though. I can't stand super spicy food, man. Should be burning my motherfucking tongue. Let's all protest in front of this fucking restaurant. This shit is way too fucking spicy. They're like, Jeff, Circle K across the street. These motherfuckers got donuts. Why don't you just go over there? Why you sitting there trying to, ban these motherfuckers? It's like, if you don't like super spicy food, don't eat it. You don't got to cancel them. But it's just like anything else in society. If there's something you don't like, you ain't got to cancel them. Just don't fuck with it. It's that easy. But because we've allowed the narratives to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, we're at a point now where we let the government and we let corporations push us to a point of dividing each other instead of just realizing I want to be more cohesive with those people. So I'm just going to go kick it with these people over here. Just like if people don't like Dave Chappelle's comedy or whatever, for whatever fucking reason, they don't got to listen to him. They don't got to buy his ticket. They don't got to watch his shows. They ain't got to do shit. They can go to a comedian that they're more cohesive with. But instead of doing that, and instead of them going to enjoy themselves with a more cohesive comedian, they were just sitting fuck with Dave Chappelle. They use all that energy to try to shut Dave Chappelle down. All that miserable ass energy instead of just saying, why don't we just go across the street to that show and have a great time? Because some people have a better time when they're trying to ruin your time. What up, Mohammed Noor? Kyle Mobile, what's good? What's good? Steve said, report it. Talk to Tax said, for real though, if I change my shit to them day, then I'll get all the rides because I don't give a fuck. Hell yeah, that's me. I'll just change all my shit. I don't care. And division is the tool of the government. I'm watching Dave now, and I know black people skit. That shit's funny as hell. Dave Chappelle be killing me, man, with all his skits. I got a whole Dave Chappelle thing on there. Logan, what's good, brother? What it do, champ? Got that digital business card by drop off Amazon. Pretty dope. Straight to the point. I got to get that, brother. Thank you for that link, man. Thank you for that link. And I got the Amazon link too. So I'm going to look. I looked at the one on Amazon, but I like the other one you had, man. I want that. I want the same one you got. I like the one that's on your short on your channel. I want that one. I was like, dude, I like that shit. Because the one on the Amazon link looked like it had like a base to it. But I want one that can hang over the back of the seat or something like that. I'm going to figure it out, man. I'm going to have to drill holes in that motherfucker. I'm going to figure it out. But man, Riley in the house. Muhammad said, I stunned Burger King cashier, ordered $10 food, gave her 20, said, keep the change. Man, real shit. And you probably passed that lady some love, man. Pass that lady some love. And she'll be like, man, I was having a rough day today, this and that. And this guy came in, gave me like $9, gave me like $10, man. That helped. And it might be just enough to put her ass, a quarter of a tank, half a tank of gas so she can get back to work for the next couple of days. That little shit like that goes a long way, man. It goes a long way. Oh, it's the same? Okay. He just taped it to the back of the seat. All right, bet. All right, I'm gonna get that, man. I'm gonna get the one you sent me then. I'll buy that one. Thanks, I appreciate it. Because I'm swearing, man, hey, we need to get on top of our money, man. We need to get on top of our money. Rideshare Lisa. Hey, Ryan was second today. He beat you. Yeah, but I want to get that, man. Hey, Logan, I appreciate it, brother. Definitely appreciate the Shuba chat and you always coming in the build, man. I appreciate that. But what Beautiful Blossom said, Dave Chappelle will be here in Louisiana tomorrow. Hopefully we can make some good money. Oh, yeah. Dave Chappelle, he was actually in town earlier this summer, and a lot of people did that. I think I slept through, but a lot of people said they did pretty well with him. They did pretty well. He had Phoenix jumping. That was all right. Yeah, you right, Stephen. We have attendance in New Jersey, illegal to pump gas, always throw him a buck. Yeah, I know that because this is what happened. My son's mom from Piscataway. Long time ago, I flew into Newark, drove down to Piscataway. I got a rental car, drove down to Piscataway. I get to the gas station. I get out the fucking car. Dude comes walking up to me, and I'm like, what the fuck is this motherfucker walking up on me for? I'm from the West Coast. I didn't know you can't pump your own fucking gas. Dude came walking all up on me in my car. Shit, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like, dude, I don't need no windows wiped. And he came straight up to me. Motherfucker walked up between me and the pump and shit. I'm like, he had no idea where I was from, and I had no idea what the hell was going on because I'm not from New Jersey. He was like, oh, dude, sorry about this. You can't pump your own gas. Well, I started laughing and shit. I said, well, let me get back in the car, man. It was all fucked up. But luckily, he was 38 people beat me today. That's right. They was running in. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Steven, if you look at Logan's channel, man, he's got an actual new thing. Like mine is made out of paper. His is like actual from Amazon. Is solid as a motherfucker. It is badass. And like you said, if you're thinking about putting it in your back seat, hey, it's going in mine. Definitely going in mine. It's something, and somebody's making them on Amazon and putting them on there. You just got to send them your QR codes and shit like that. They knock everything out for you, man. I think it's a great idea because it's more solid than that paper shit I was using, because people kept taking it out and they would drop it, step on it by mistake, it would crinkle it, crumple it, and I have to try to flatten it out and everything. What up, Mark? This is just solid. This is solid, man. You're going to love this. You're going to love this. Marcus is kicking that game, man. I'll be trying, brother. I've been trying, brother. Yeah, but no, like I said, hopefully, man, you know, in rideshare, we understand what's going on around us with these apps pushing us apart and trying to separate. And somebody even said it today. They're trying to make drivers and riders fight each other. They're creating that invisible wall. And once they create that invisible wall of, hey, don't trust no drivers. And I'm thinking, why is Lyft and Uber doing that shit to us? Why is Lyft and Uber telling women and non-binaries that men are dangerous and that they're going to give them a selection to not to select somebody who's not a man? Why would you do that shit? If anything, say all of our drivers are amazing, no matter if they're man, woman, heterosexual, bisexual, asexual, everybody's amazing on our app. We vet and we do background checks. Everybody's the shit. That's what they should be saying. Instead of saying, you know what, we're going to give you a chance to not fuck with a dude driver, because these dude drivers be on some other shit and we know it. So what we're going to do is let you choose a woman or somebody who's, you know, not a heterosexual person. We're going to do that for you. And I'm like, this shit don't make no sense to divide us like that, to pull that shit on us, to give them even the inclination that as the app, they're thinking men are less of a safer bet than a woman driver. I'm like, that shit don't make no sense to me. I mean, if you want to talk about equality and treatment and shit like that, to do that to a driver right to his face, to tell him to his face, we'd prefer a woman because you're a guy and we don't quite. I'm like, have y'all been sued for some shit y'all not saying? Is that's why y'all trying to get rid of males or something like that? Y'all trying to get more women drivers on the platform by saying, hey, if you're a woman driving our platform, you can only take women and gays. Come drive on our platform. Well, that leaves a lot of male customers too. A lot of the male customers might be like, man, you know, I'm trying to get a ride, but all these women keep declining me all the time. These women drivers keep declining me because the apps have given them this illusion in their head that the male parts of society are probably not to be trusted and not to be dealt with. Because this shit, it trickles outside of rideshare. Because if you can trick somebody in rideshare or a corporation or even school, if you can indoctrinate people to think that men are just not a safe bet, I mean, you pretty much pigeonhole fucking men at some point. Well, whoever say we all know women can't drive. I know for real. They wouldn't be hitting curves and shit. They're like, damn. She's like, oh, that's the fun part of the ride. Like, motherfucker, that's not the fun part of the ride. Don't you hit that curve by mistake, motherfucker. Don't try to play that shit off. What up, Omar from Dubai? He's back in the building. I said, I'm going to go into Dubai and drive. I'm going to drive me a Lambo Urus and probably have my car be the cheapest car on the block. I'm like, dude, I got a Urus. Oh, a Urus? That's like a little Chevy over here. Man, hey, Wes said, I only want a gay driver. That's it. Only a gay driver. They're going to be like, well, let us scour the deck for you. Hold up for a second. We can find somebody in the database to come pick you up. Hold up. Oh, yeah. That's right, Kyle Mobile. They want to get rid of that toxic masculinity. And as you can see, a lot of YouTube channels are that same way too, though. A lot of the YouTube channels are looking at guys who are actually bashing women. And they bash women to the point where, you know, you can really indoctrinate some of these young men out there to think that women are like evil and bad and this and that. You can really do that shit. And I tell people, it's like some of my best conversations in my car have been with women's. Some of my best, you know, rides, my funnest laughs. I mean, I got videos on my channel riding around with ASU girls. We kicking it, having a fucking blast, singing Bruno Mars shit, having a good fucking time. And that's what you're trying to come between. That type of fucking energy, that type of fun, that type of vibe, because they feel, well, that's a potential lawsuit. How? How is that a potential lawsuit? Because nowadays you can't even tell a girl, hey, that's a nice dress you wearing. I feel offended that you're even looking at my dress like that. I'm going to sue you for $2.2 million. You're like, what? I just said it's a nice dress. You shouldn't be telling me that. You could think that, but don't say that out loud. That's the society we're coming to right now. And a lot of these companies are kind of like scared of that shit. They're like, I don't want a guy complimenting a girl. I don't want a girl complimenting a guy. We got to separate everybody. Yeah, exactly. 2.5 million for that dusty ass dress. Fuck that dress. Exactly, man. And that's what he said. Exactly, Logan. The minute companies start that bye-bye rideshare, it's sad if the companies we work for won't say say we aren't trusted. And Lyft has always been dumb like that. I remember I got in trouble for that in Seattle, making fun of one, and apparently she was one. And that's the thing, man. A lot of us used to have fun with jokes. We used to joke. We ride around, crack up, laughing. We talk shit about ourselves, talk shit about everything. We just laughing and joking, having a good time. But people are so quick to be offended. And it's like people wake up looking to be offended. They already got their cameras ready. They got their finger right on the motherfucking record button. They can't wait to be offended. So you say, ooh, I'm gonna put this on TikTok. Ooh, I like this. And they do that shit. Hey, that's it. It says, bro, you in Lyft? And I'm sitting there like, why do people wake up? Because everybody wants a lawsuit. Everybody wants some free shit. Everybody wants to be famous or notorious for calling out somebody. I was trying to get a shopping cart at Walmart and he pushed me to wall. I'm like, yeah, he gave you the cart. Well, he pushed me the cart acting like I'm a woman and I can't get my own cart. I'm suing for 1.5. He's just helping you. He was giving you a shopping cart. I can get it on my own. I recorded him giving me a shopping cart. Look at how he's trying to help me like I'm a helpless woman. People wake up looking for shit like that. They wake up looking to be offended. People get in the car. Hey, man, can you take me and my cousin, this and that? Motherfucking dudes. I'll tell you right now. I picked up some people. A couple of guys come walking to the car. They were at a swimming pool. Got a couple of girls, couple of guys. They all walking up. Now they got towels and shit like that. So I know they've been swimming. And I'm sitting there like, so I rolled the window down. I said, hey, man, so I can't let nobody ride in the car, with no shirt on or whatever. So it's just like at a store, no shoot, no sirs, no service. And I'm just kind of laughing about it. He was like, for real, bro? I said, yeah. It's like, dude, you can't just jump in somebody's car with no clothes on, like no shirt and shit, riding around sweaty with no shirt on in somebody's car. It's like, dude. And he was like, oh, man, that's like discrimination. I was like, how is that? How is not having a shirt on and not wanting you in here discrimination? I'm like, that's like walking in the store with no fucking shoes on. If you walk in the store with no shoes on, knowing that there's metal shit all over the floor in that store, there's little bitty metal rails that hold the floors together. There's little pieces around the edges. You cut your foot or you fuck up yourself in that store, you may have a potential lawsuit against us because you got hurt in our store. So no, we tell you wear shoes, wear shoes. And just like if you're going to ride in my car, you have to wear a shirt. I don't give a fuck if you white, black, this. Oh, that's discrimination, man. That's discrimination. And I'm like, these motherfuckers, they looking for a reason to say some shit. These motherfuckers probably ain't rode nobody car in their life without a shirt on. But they wait to me, a black dude in a nice car, to try to say discrimination. Like, I'm just waiting on the camera to pop out. But me, you know me. When the motherfucker first hit me with that, man, that's discrimination, man. I just drove the fuck off. I don't have to explain shit. My car is equipped with a fucking gas pedal and a goddamn joys. I can fucking put that bitch in drive and drive off. I don't gotta explain shit to you. If you can talk loud, then maybe you can hit me up while I'm going down the fucking street. Keep screaming all you fucking want. But I'm not gonna sit there and listen to this shit. I hit the fucking gas pedal. Oh, man, that's all I need to know, motherfucker. My foot is off the brake and now it's on the accelerator. You can scream all you fucking want all up and down the street. Because I'm not that motherfucker. I am not that one. I don't sit and listen. I don't sit and talk to people. I don't even wait on motherfuckers. It's like I'm sitting there finna cancel their ass for saying some shit. And I'm like, they're not even paying me. I'm not even getting paid for this. What the fuck am I sitting here for? I'm not getting paid for this. Same with cancel sometimes. If it's a $3, $4 fucking ride and I'll take it too long, cancel. I don't even wait for that shit. That's not how I'm designed. I'm not set up like that. Yeah, but hey, Black Wolf said I had to tell one guy to pull his pants up before he can get in my car. Man, people be doing that shit. You having goddamn railroad tracks going down a motherfucking draw, sliding around in your seat, and you got to get out and clean that shit off. Tell you, boy, I be telling motherfuckers, man, y'all got to start taking showers and shit, wearing proper clothes. You're in public. You can't walk into a fucking steakhouse dressed like that. If you go to a steakhouse, they're going to say there's a dress code. Excuse me, but in rideshare, there's no dress code. There's no dress code in rideshare, but there's a selection. You can identify and choose people who you want to ride with, who you feel more comfortable with, who you feel, more safer with. What if I go, I don't feel safe with people wearing hoodies, at 3:00 in the morning with a mask on, with gloves on, with their hands in their fucking pocket. Well, he's a customer, though. He's a rider. He's got the account. Well, I don't feel comfortable doing that type of ride at 2-3 in the fucking morning on a back alleyway. This might be a carjacking possibly. But they don't give a shit. These apps is just trying to get money. They don't care. So they're going to sit up there and try to say that male drivers are the problem. And they're going to say we're going to allow women to make choices for these things. But men, we never have a choice in anything we do. We have to just deal with it. That's just how it is. And it's always been like that. We just have to deal with it. And I understand them wanting to get more women to come onto the platform because they want more female drivers, because they want more females to feel comfortable. Because like not a lot of women use rideshare. Now they use it at night when they're clubbing and partying and stuff like that. But more men use rideshare than women. And they say that. He says, I'm offended by your non-spelling ass Uber shirt. Exactly. Hey, Juan Park is at the house. And it's like, you know, there's only a small percentage of women who use Uber and Lyft, but also who are drivers for Uber and Lyft. So they're trying to tap into a market. But I think the way they're tapping into that market is by saying men are dangerous. That's the wrong way to do it. You don't tap into a market saying that. What up, Jesse? You don't tap into a market of women and gays by saying, hey, men are dangerous. So select a woman, select a non-binary. Don't select a man. Men are dangerous. You'll feel a lot safer with these people. We got all these damn TikTok shit of women punching each other in the face and shit inside of cars, in cars fighting, jumping the female drivers and shit, spitting on men, fucking coughing all in their face and shit. Some of these, the craziest videos, most of the people we've seen that have been banned off the rideshare platforms have been female drivers. Think about it. Girls that be coughing in people's faces, girls eating macaroni and cheese in the backseat, throwing food and shit at drivers, throwing drinks at drivers, kicking their cars and shit. Most of the people that we've seen in social media who are not allowed to use rideshare now have been female passengers. Yet the male drivers don't get any like money from Uber or Lyft for that. Like when a male driver gets attacked by a female, or you get their car kicked, their car hit or something like that, that driver is not compensated for that. All they say is, well, we're going to make sure we unmatch her. That's it. I mean, if some shit happened between the male driver and the female contacts Uber, Uber's going to be like, well, we'll give you fucking $15,000 settlement if we can just settle this out of court, you know, this and that. What? Well, why don't you treat the driver the same way? Get some of these drivers a settlement. Because how many female drivers we have out there have been, you know, assaulted, pushed in the head, shoved, made to feel small, anything like that. But these female drivers ain't getting no fucking money. You never see them getting kickbacks. Hey, you know what? This female driver, she was just, you know, attacked. A couple of guys said some evil shit to her, pushed her in the face. They took pictures of her license plate, this and that. Get that female driver $15,000, $20,000. But they don't do that. Thank you, Bigfoot, my man. Keep it up. Bro, you even got the little man working out. That's funny shit. You got the little man working out. What up, Calgary, Alberta? DD Kings up in the house. That's right, no name. All your complaints will come from women, not, and that's the thing. This lady, I was picking her up from work one night, and I could tell by her sitting outside that she was getting canceled. It wasn't that far of a ride. And you know, a lot of drivers don't like short rides. I was in the area, so I didn't mind doing it. It was a short ride. It was like a mile to get her, like a 3-mile ride. Wasn't nobody driving no long as this to pick this lady up. So she was already pissed off. I should have known that right off the bat. She was already pissed off. So she gets in, and she's like, man, this car is so low to the ground. I'm gonna have a hard time getting out. She just got in. And she's putting all like her little lunch packets and everything on the seats and all that stuff and all this. And I'm like, well, I could have like put that in the trunk for you. You want me to put that in the trunk? No, it's fine. I'm like, cool. And she's just snappy and shit. And I'm like, all right, no problem. So I'm driving. She's like, can you turn the music down some? Music ain't even up loud. I'm playing like Jesse Cook or something. I don't even know what the fuck I'm playing. It ain't even loud. So I turn it all the way down to like almost a 1. And she's still back there just grumbling and shit, you know, this and that. And I'm just like, this lady. So when she got out at the gate, I said, well, you got the gate code. I can just gate you in. No, it's fine. Just drop me off at the gate. I'm just ready to get out. I'm like, okay, cool. So I didn't even get her gate code. She got out the car all huffing and mad and shit. And then I got I left it at a 5-star. I didn't even fuck with her. I just left it at a 5-star. Next day I ended up getting like a 2 or 3-star from this fucking lady. I'm like, whatever. It's because all it does is just unmatch me with her any fucking ways. But that's the kind of energy we get sometimes dealing with rideshare. Shit ain't got nothing to do with us as being a man. She would have been like that with a woman driver or anything else. She probably mad because nobody was picking her ass up that late at night. And what Lisa said, Lisa said that can hurt women drivers. Passengers now get a chance to set up a woman driver, not knowing she heading into an ambush. Real shit. Real shit. Because somebody can be like, hey, I got this lady coming. She got a navigator. Yep. Get her into the apartment complex. We got her. So you right, Lisa, and somebody else said that shit too. There's a con to it. These women could be getting set up. If you know you could set up a woman and have a woman driver. Wes is headed to San Diego. Thank you, Wes. I appreciate that, brother. But that's the thing. If she knows it's a woman, 12 o'clock at night, you got this woman to come pick you up, and you got two dudes in the apartment complex waiting on this woman to show up so you can yank her out of her car. I mean, Uber and Lyft is basically putting women on the platter, saying, hey, we're going to make sure that we can, because you can, there's so many times I've had an account, like it'll say, go pick up Jonathan or Josh or something like that. But I'll show up and it'll be a girl there. It'll be a ride for a friend. It'll be a girl there. So there could be girls setting up rides for guys. Happens all the time. Hey, my husband has to go to work. You'll be picking up, Oscar. Okay, I'll be picking up Oscar then. But the account is from Maria. But I show up and it's a dude Oscar with construction gear on and shit. He's headed to work, but it's her account. So it could be some shit like that. You could be like, well, I'm going to choose a woman. We could set her up. She can't fight back. She's probably small. She's little, this and that. I don't know. It's all bad. I just don't see it working. Oh, my little sis Candace in the house. What's up, lady? That's Candace out in St. Louis. That's my little sister right there. Yeah, and just like Jesse said, what's going to happen when there's no female drivers in the night? Less female drivers. That's what I'm saying. They're going to all be standing outside of clubs saying, we don't want a guy to come pick us up. I don't want a guy to come pick me up. They're going to be waiting for like an hour. And it's like, guys are going to be like, you know what? I ain't got time for this because they already apprehensive and skittish any damn ways. Guys can just turn their phones off and head home. And these girls will be walking around like, we can't find a ride home now because y'all was acting skittish. You was already acting skittish and no guy's dealing with that. Nobody's dealing with that. What's up, Candace? That's my little sis right there. Boy, that lady right there, she can make some fish. If she can fry some fish, if y'all ever in the St. Louis area, woo, that girl can cook. She can cook. And I remember one chat we was talking about how all these women now got DoorDash accounts because they can't cook. That's one lady right there. She'll never have a DoorDash account. She be getting it. Trina, what's up? Wait a minute. How are you and Candace both in here tonight? What's good? Trina, that's my homegirl right there. Oh, Trina, I think on one of these lives, I was telling them about the explosion in the garage. You remember that day? Trina was actually, I was working on her van when it happened. And when I was telling y'all that story about the explosion, that was her van I was working on when it happened. And it was bad. She felt the whole building shake. That was a scary day. That was a scary day for both of us. I was like, damn. And when I ran out the building, like she ran downstairs, I ran up and I tried to get her to come down. So when I was outside, my face felt like it was on fire. So I was rubbing my face and Trina was like, Jeff, stop rubbing your face. You taking all your skin off. My skin was burning off of my face as I was rubbing it. I was like, Trina, and all the fire trucks came and everything was there. Me and Trina standing out. It was snow on the ground and everything. I'm out there with no shirt on because my shirt caught on fire. I'm out. It was bad. It was all bad. That was the day we could have died that day. Me and Trina, we could have died that day. That was the day that I woke up and I was like, you know what? We need to start living life a lot better. And Trina said, I felt so bad. I felt bad for Trina. And this is the thing. She just bought that van. She just bought it from a dealership. And the sensor, the fuel gauge sensor was going out. And she kept having issues with it. And then so the place didn't want to fix it. They were screwing with her. So after that happened, of course they're going to come get it. But now she's stuck without a car now. So I felt bad for her because it happened under my watch. So she didn't even know what I was doing. I'm going through all the classifieds. I'm going through everything. And Duval says, is making a correct. The mic levels are too high. Let me see. Is it better like this now? Is it better, much better like this? Yeah. So I'm sitting there and I'm going through the paper. I'm going through everything, trying to help her out and all of that. So I finally find a nice car for her. I end up buying her a Dodge Durango. She didn't even know what I was doing. I just felt bad because she didn't have a car no more because of what the dealership did and what happened. Yeah, I think I was just too close to it because I got it all set up weird up there. So I found a perfect car for her. It was she got rid of the van, gave the van back to the dealership, and I went out and bought her a Dodge Durango cash. I said, you know what? And I just came and picked her up. I went out, I said, how am I gonna take you to go check out this car? And so we got to the lot, and there it was, a big old, like a maroonish, purplish Dodge Durango sitting there. And it was all lifted and everything. It was a badass truck. That thing was lifted like my Jeep. So she test drove it. She drove it around. I said, you want it? She was like, yeah. I just gave the dude the cash for it. I said, here you go. Oh, it's still slight crack when I get louder. Oh, okay. I don't, man, because with these mics, they're so sensitive, and I'm already a loud person any damn ways. It's like, oh man, this is not a good setup. No, I'm just kidding. What up, Donate? Yeah, but and that's the thing, I had to take care of my homegirl. I had to take care of her. She was there for me when shit was going bad, and and she was somebody who was actually supporting my business. I love you, Trina. I love you, lady. And Trina was supporting my business. Like I said, I ran my own mechanic shop. She was supporting my business by saying, hey, I'd rather come give you the business than dealing with all these shops out here. Shit happened on my watch. And so it went south. And luckily, I had enough money saved up and everything else to where I could go out and just buy her another fucking, say, you know what, fuck the dealership, fuck all this. I'm just going to buy you a whole nother car. So I just bought her a fucking car. It's like, should have did that from the get-go, but it took me to go through that experience. It took both of us to go through that to really appreciate the value of life. We really value life after that, I think. We really started living. And like I said, that was my homegirl. She's always been there for me since, high school and shit like that. Get some soundproof panels. Yeah. So, and like I said, since that day, me and Trina, we always been tight. We share that moment, when that whole building shook, boom. I ran out the building, fire trucks came, everything. I mean, I thought the floor was going, because it hit so hard, it knocked me into the wall, and I thought the floor was going to cave in. It was smoke everywhere. It was crazy. And Trina was upstairs, and she got scared. She thought I was dead. She heard that boom. It shook the whole building. Even people built like doors down was like, what the hell was that? So I was like, man, that was my homegirl. And the place was like, they should have never sold her that van to begin with. They should have never sold it to her because the sending unit was out. It was something wrong with the whole fuel pump assembly. Everything was wrong with it. So I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Somehow you're going to get blessed with something better. You're going to get something blessed. And I just kept going through the paper, going through classifieds. I started making phone calls. She was just at home, that was her transportation. So she was struggling getting to and from work, getting, her sons around doing it. She was kind of struggling. It took me about 3 or 4 days to find something. And I am burnt the fuck up. My skin is off my face. I got pictures of the shit. Skin is off my face. Everything's fucked up. I'm trying to rehab myself and all that. And I'm sitting here, trying to find her a car, trying to buy her a car without her even knowing what I'm doing. Because I just felt so bad for the whole situation and how it all went down. And everyone's like, Jeff, man, you got to get better, man. You got to take care of yourself. I'm like, man, fuck me. I'm good. Bro, you're going to die. I mean, my whole face was swollen shut and everything else. And I'm like, man, it was bad. It was bad. Like, I thought my eye was going, like one of my eyes, I think it was this one with the black over it right here. Whereas one of them got the black over it. Maybe it's this one. I think this one's got the black. But it was like swollen shut because all the skin was gone and everything. Yeah. I know, Trina. I know it. It was like that. And Trina's like, I ain't even worried about the car. I was worried about you. And I'm sitting there like, I feel fine. I look fucked up, but I'm like, I feel fine. So let me just take care of this situation. Let me handle this real quick. And so I appreciate you, from just friend to friend, family to family. I appreciate just even using my business back then and supporting me and supporting what I was trying to do. Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was like that for days, even the next day. Because remember, I couldn't stay at the house. So I had to go over to Bev's house, my ex-girlfriend. So I was staying over at Bev's house, and it was like she could smell gasoline still coming out of my lungs and everything. She was like, Jeff, you smell like straight gasoline. I was like, I know it. It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, because my phone, the fire department hosed the whole garage down, hosed my phone down, hosed everything down. I was like, oh, this is bad. This is not good. Oh, I appreciate that, Trina. I appreciate it. Shoot, if I was still there, now that I know what I know about rideshare, shit, you probably be one of the only clients I work for. You, Candace. I used to do work for Candace and stuff like that when she had the big Chevy. Candace had the big Chevy. And she was like, Jeff, I want to restore my Chevy. She had one of the only 2-door Caprices in St. Louis. And she had that ever since we was young back in high school. She had one of the only two-door Caprices out there. Oh yeah, the bikes got me. Oh, insurance was mad. Insurance was pissed because they had to pay for all that shit. I was like, oops, sorry about that. But I rebuilt everything. It was a bad day. It was a really bad day. And I thought that was the day I was dead. I was like, man, I'm dead. Because as soon as the explosion happened, I thought, this is the day I die. This is it. This is how I go out. And I'm like, man. Fritz said, did you get your tip, Jeff? Fritz with them damn tips. He always messing about them tips. And I just knew that was the day I was going to die. I said, this is it. This is the day I die. This is it. Yet, here I am. I'm still here. Still here. Luckily, shoot. Yep, I was under the back of the car. When it blew up, just, man, because I was crouching down because I was getting ready to work. So I crouched down and it had that lamp on it. And when I turned that lamp on, it arced, that electricity arced. And everything happened like instantly. As soon as the electricity arced, it caught all those fumes. It was like, boom. Even the windshield of the van blew out forward and it was all cracked. It was scary. That shit was scary because I thought I was dead. I was like, okay, this is the day I die. This is it. This is how I go out. And it's funny that you're here on the live because I've talked about it before. I've talked about being in the fire before. I just didn't explain the whole story to people. I never talked about the whole story. But it's funny that here you are just out of nowhere. the flux capacitor for real, man. Shit. Yeah, no. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, my homegirl Candace, hey, she got the two-door Caprice black. I mean, we did so much work on that. We did engine work, we did body work, got it over the paint, Mako. They painted that thing super gloss black. Man, that was a badass car. It had the white walls, but it had the words on the white walls. It actually had the white letters on it. Man, that car was bad. That shit was the baddest V8, man. Sound started up. Woo. Yeah. I don't know why it's still crackling. I don't know what the deal is. I don't even know. Hold up for a second. I'm gonna try something.